Now, I say all that because, like many of you here, and like, we started hearing about mindset a few years ago, right? Not in my youth anyway, and I never heard the word mindset. God, let me. Someone's bringing me food. Come in. Sorry, that's my sister-in-law bringing me barbecue, and I don't know when I'm going to eat it, but I will eat it before the day is out for sure. Look, I think this beliefs thing is something that I think we're learning more and more each day. Nikki said it beautifully just now, and it's easy to miss what she said. So yes, life is about our hard work, our effort, what we do. See, but deep down, our life is governed, our results are governed by a higher power. Call it what you like. What's yours? Is it God, the universe, Mother Nature? What is, whatever your higher power is what's guiding your results. So you're achieving your bold idea. It's not just based on what you do, it's based on the higher powers and how you employ your higher powers to serve you to achieve your goals. If you look, let's say you believe in God, right? I think I'm learning that I really have to truly believe. And it took me a long, long time to come around to that way of thinking. Because I'm thinking, you know what? Oh, when I get there, I'll be happy. When I do more, I'll charge more. When I achieve more, I'll charge more. Then suddenly, one day it dawned on me. It's not about getting there and believe and then doing it. It's about believing you can. That's how you get there. Think of that. And it really is true. So I'm better now. Every day when I wake up, I will just leave it to the universe to do what the universe does for me. I know what my goals are. I'll remind myself, I remind the universe, express gratitude for how far I've come, and then leave it to the gods to tell me what to do today. That is a different way of living to what most of us do. When we have that way of living, we have true, true belief that there is a greater power than us. To do anything else but, Nikki, is folly, right? We're lying to ourselves. It's that belief that guides nearly everything. Go on, Nikki, please.
To do anything else is underserving.
Yes, I agree.
It's
Agree.
under it's underserving yourself and it's underserving others. Therefore, it's underserving the community to do anything else.
No, that true belief, in the powers that be is important. If you don't accept it today, it's fine. So there was a day I didn't accept that was a reality. Now I know it's a reality. So, I'm just sharing with you what I've learned. And there's a few more words I'm sure we'll share before we leave here today, my friends. So, I'd love to hear from, say, our next speaker. Michelle B. How are you doing?
Hi, you guys. Am I really like choppy on here? Because it's like
You
a sea
are, you are,
thing.
you are. I don't know whether your internet's a bit slow. I never know whether that's me or that's you, so it's fine. We can no,
You
we,
guys,
we can hear
it's
you all right.
me.
We
Okay,
can hear
it's
you all
me.
right.
Here, can I turn? All right, here. I'm going to stop that. There. I'm going to turn the cam off, though, at least.
Okay,
If I
let's
can't.
see if
There
that
we go.
works. We can hear you though, so we can hear
Yes.
you perfectly, so it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Everyone's bright idea. Just do it. Don't be scared.
Okay, no,
Look at.
again, I think no, don't feel feared, or at least don't let fear cripple you. It's part of our success mindset. I agree.
Just
Yeah, that's what
never
you're
be
saying, right?
scared.
Mm.
I mean, we're all going to be scared to do anything. You're scared to learn how to walk. You're scared to learn how to talk. Heck, you're scared to learn to take a bite of that food, but you do it. So yeah, everything's scary if you think about it. And so you just got to kind of put blinders on or put your sunglasses on and just do it. I mean, we need bright ideas right now because obviously the old ideas haven't worked. So let's all share our ideas and see what we've got and put them all together. I'm done.
Awesome, Michelle. No, look, there's a lot of points that you make. Of course, part of a success mindset is actually taking action. We do have to take action. As much as I say, Nikki and I are saying to you, believe you can. Belief without action is pointless, right?
Yeah, honestly, it's accepting what you. I'm sorry, Annie. I apologize.
No, please, feel free.
It's actually accepting what you've done wrong in life and how you want to better yourself and better everyone else around you. Or you can just be lazy and sit on the couch, But I did have this. I don't like to say the F word, but he always used to say F your couch because he was like, don't sit on your couch, get out there. And it just always made sense to me. And so F your couch, get off your couch, go do something. You and Nikki make a lot of sense to me and Coach David, love you, Coach David. And William, I believe it says, hi, William. I believe what you all are doing right now is empowering people and helping people like me just to even get up here and speak. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world. And I'm done.
For sure, Michelle. Thank you. So now take action. And do something. Do something. Just do something. That's an important point for all of us.
Yes, do something. Don't sit there and think that someone's going to bring it to you, because guess what? No one's going to bring you that water after they brought it to you once, twice. There's usually not a third time. Always think of baseball. 3 strikes, you're out. And it's usually that way with every human when they have to listen to you, when they have to, unfortunately, we have learned to not broaden our minds. We assume a lot of things. And it's time for everyone to start thinking for themselves and broaden your own minds. Get out there. You could be the next big thing that's going to save our world. And so I say do it.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Michelle. Coach David, I'm going to come to you next. Sheldon, welcome. Hello, is the meeting still happening right now? This is the meeting, Sheldon. It's changed from audio that I'm sure you were used to before to live stream. So people get to know. You can see my friends on stage. You see Michelle, there's Williams here, Coach David's here, Nikki's here. So you can join the stage to come and talk and share, and people will see you if you leave your camera on. Otherwise, they won't see you. Sheldon's looking for a job in call center management. I think is one of the things he's looking for. But if you're in recruitment, then do connect with him and do have a conversation with him and see whether you can help him. Whether maybe he can help you. You never know, right? I see William is here as well. So welcome, William. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now let's go to Coach. Let's go to Coach, and then we'll come back. I'm sure we'll come back all around. Coach, our new international best-selling author. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. Thank you, Annie, for the great work you do always. You do super amazing work. You're the magician. I say Annie the wizard. And to everyone, Nikki, Michelle, thanks for supporting. You were strong encouragement all through the period. William, good to see you. Welcome. Annie, you want to say something before I continue? You're muted.
Sorry, feel free. The mic is yours, my friend.
Right.
So, you can share with us. My ultimate wish is for you to share with us what the success mindset looks like to you.
Yeah, the success mindset. Think about setting a clock. Set. The key word is set. There's a mind that is set. Having a set means there's a calibration and there's a deliberate effort to make the mind be in a certain state. When you say it's 4 o'clock, when you say it's 3 o'clock, there's exactitude. Anywhere in the world you are, it's 3 o'clock at that time. The artifact of 3 o'clock happened. If it's the sun that's supposed to be outside, the characteristics of 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whatever o'clock. So success mindset will mean success o'clock, meaning a mind that is set on success. There can only be one outcome because you have set your mind to that outcome. Now, every other thing apart from that outcome is a temporary lesson or one of the elements. That's how Thomas Edison was able to maintain enthusiasm despite failing the experiment many times. The word is set. The word set also means a setup. It means you have a lot of plan in place and you can tune your mind. You've mastered your mind to the point that you can tune it. You cannot be without self-awareness and hope to achieve success mindset. I remember success is first of all within before without. Whatever is set in your mind will find a way of coming out of your life because the mind and the body are one. If there's failure in your mind, your muscles will act out failure. Think about habits, for example. How do you sleep so much? I've given this example before, and you feel bored for a business deal. You feel you want to lie down, you are tired, there's a lot of snow. What's going on is that the glory and the outcome of the day is lesser than the comfort of the bed. The bed is more comfortable. So how do I get my body to stand up? If I suddenly set my mind that, oh, Michelle is going to give me $1 million if I stand up on time today, you're going to see me standing up immediately. My muscles, in fact, sleep becomes a chore, a liability until the morning. So the key to what does it take to have a success mindset to achieve your bold idea is in the phrase success mindset. What does success look and feel to your mind internally? What does the submodality say? What are the associating internal structures that are in your mind? I met a guy, I gave this example before, who said to me, a lady who said that she's an introvert. She doesn't like meeting people. She doesn't like networking. So I said to her, for every person you meet, maybe let's try, maybe you get $100. She said, oh, I'm an extrovert. I actually love meeting people. So really, maybe there are no weaknesses anywhere, only mind that is on set. Once you find instruments to set your mind, there's almost nothing you won't be able to achieve. In fact, Genesis chapter 2, there about verse 11, I think God Almighty, the supreme being, like I heard you refer to, said, nobody can ever stop from these ones what they have imagined to do. If your thoughts, feelings, they think 8 things: thoughts, feelings, emotions, imaginations, memories. Let me remember the other 3. Perspectives, perceptions. I've forgotten the 8th one. If those 8 things can line up on something, your muscles will follow.
Yeah.
How do you cross over the bar? How do you cross over the bar when you're jumping? You see your mind, you see yourself jumping over it in your mind, and then your body follows. So the key is how to have a success mindset. Involves programming your mind.
Yeah.
It involves a deliberate mental programming. It involves, there's something called the muscle tone test. If you are feeling weak internally, your muscles will act weak. Whatever feeling you are having, your body will act out. Almost a 1-for-1 map. So the key is to set your mind. I did an experiment of musicians. That's the last one I'll make. I've done many times. I can dig for the video at some point. We'll show you because I think it was recorded. And I simply told them that all of you imagine that you are going to be given $10 million after after you have performed well. And the state governor, I just asked them to close their eyes. The state governor is here, the president is here, the best of the best is here. After this particular performance, you're going to become so rich, so successful, so powerful. Guess what? They sang different things. The entire class was clapping at the top of their hand. Now, there was no room, there was no success, there was no governor sitting down, there was nothing. I just triggered their minds. In short, I made a belief system up. That's how you watch movies and you enjoy it. The word is make believe. Once you can believe something, you will inevitably act it out. Whatsoever you vividly imagine, and it has become a wholehearted desire, will inevitably come to pass. It's only a matter of time. This is how this current world was formed, from the invisible, intangible realms. So that mindset technology, the science and art of mind setting and tuning yourself to success, is 90% of the work. Paulette says mindset starts with understanding you. Why? Yes, it starts with, because a person who has not understood themselves or him or herself doesn't have the alphabet. I mean, if you, for example, you were to build a structure of success, you say, I am successful or I am a success. If you don't have the I am part of the conversation, you don't know what I am means in the alphabet, you can't go on to conceptualize anything on top of the I am. That's like a foundation. So if you don't know what you are, you don't know what you can stand, you don't know how powerful you are. This brings to mind Marianne Williamson's quote. You see it in Aquila the Spelling Bee. That was what Nelson Madiba Mandela used. Let me look for it quickly. I'll read it out and I'll stop there. That's what Nelson Mandela used to overcome his own personal bitterness against apartheid. It's called Marianne Williamson, Who Are We? Who are you not to be? Yes, that's it. I'll read it to us. If you can look online, you can find it, everyone. I'll read very slowly. He said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Can everyone hear me?
Perfectly, my friend. Perfectly, my
Okay.
friend.
Okay. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, or fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. This quote is only showing us that the building block of greatness is to know who you are first of all. After understanding who you are, then we can begin to build the other things. But that is the concrete foundation upon which all success starts from. Thanks for that beautiful question, Pele. So I yield the mic. Hopefully, I've not said too much. Good to see you all.
No, you never say too much. You never say too much, Coach. Thank you so much. Look, there's a lot there. So our inner voice definitely determines what becomes of us. Having that vision that you mentioned, developing habits that help us along the way, right? Self-awareness. If we don't understand ourselves, how can we make it? How can we understand why we're doing what we're doing? How can we begin to make change? When Paulette says you have to know your why, that's part of, you have to know why you're doing what you're doing. And that's when we can change to start doing the right things for ourselves, and that enthusiasm, Coach, is not, it's a big thing, right? Because life will knock us down every time. We all know this. We'll live this every day, right? Life will throw obstacles in our way, it will throw boulders in our way. How many times I've heard people say, Coach, oh, I'm too busy. I've got this too. And I'm like, look, I feel your pain. I understand. Alas, to achieve your bold idea, you're going to have to quieten the mind sometime and focus on your bold idea. That's just a reality. Your bold idea is not going to happen accidentally or by you doing nothing. So it's a long road ahead, my friends. Your bold idea is no one's ever achieved it overnight either, right? So welcome, Antoinette. Thank you so much for joining us. Peter, I see you as well. Peter is I call him the world's greatest weightlifter. He does lift heavy weights. Probably lift me, which is remarkable. Yeah, so I'm not a small guy, right? Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Look, do connect with Coach in the comments as well. And do check out his book, Prophetic Ecosystem and Dynamics. That's the one that we made 14-time bestseller on Friday. And he also won 3 other awards for Hot New Release as well in Australia. Oh, look at my other best-selling author. There he is. William, welcome, my friend. How are you doing? Glad you're here. Look, before you speak, let me say thank you to Scott. Thank you for introducing me to your friend Scott. I'm talking to him on Thursday. Scott's writing his book right now. Not the Scott that you see in there, not my psychometric genius friend. No, it's the other Scott. There's another Scott that William introduced me to help with his book and to help also with his bestseller when the time comes. So thank you, William. You're a star. I love referrals, William. Anyway, look, let me stop talking now. What's your take, my friend? Obviously, now you've moved many mountains. You have moved mountains. You've gone from zero to hero, around the world, award winner, having your name on the billboards in Times Square and all that. I'm saying that takes doing, right? And for someone like us, William, that's remarkable. Give yourself the credit. I'm sure you do. But now, how have you done it, William? What's your thinking? What's your mindset?
Yeah. So for me, this year January, I had the urge that, hey, William, I need to do a conference where I'll bring thousands of people in an auditorium that will talk about depression, what we go through, and all of that. But when I had that intentions in my mind, the next thing that popped up is, do you have money to do this? Okay, and I am that type of human being where if I had something come into my mind, I have to do it regardless. So then I spoke to people, they were discouraging me, they are telling me that, William, you can't do this. This is huge. You've not got to that level yet. So don't relax. Start with small online conferences before you do a main one. I'm like, no, the feeling I'm feeling inside of me and inside my mindset tells me to go all out and do this, though I didn't have money. So what I did was I started moving to people I think who can help get this done. I go to them, I go to auditoriums, I tell them, hey, this is me, this is what I've been doing, and I want to do this conference. Can you help me? If they look down on me, I go to the next place. And to tell you now, January till now, I've been able to secure people who are willing to go all out on me to make this happen. I've gone to venues, they like my stories, they want to help me make this happen. And we have set up a campaign, a crowdfunding campaign, and in just 4 days, I've got people put in money to support me to do this. So if I said, or if I listened to people who are telling me that, William, it's not time for you to do this, don't relax, your time is not yet up, and I also said I don't have money, I can't do this, I wouldn't have made any progress. But today, from January till now, I've made so much progress. I'm almost 50% to getting to my conference happening in September this year in Ghana. Okay, so what I see about mindset, if you had a plan to do something, just go all out and do it. Don't let money deter you. You need people more than money. Okay, you need people more than money. So don't let anything just be a stumbling block for you not moving, because all these things you'll be able to achieve anything when you keep on moving. Okay, and I always make this example, and I'm going to say it here again, that when I wrote my book, No Human is Useless, I said 5 years time. 5 years time, I'm going to get a best-selling author. And guess what? Because I was moving, I was moving to people. I came across meeting Emmy, and today he made my dream of 5 years happen in just 1 year. Okay. So what if I said I was not going to move? I was just going to sit back and relax. It's all about moving. Just move, because there are people on your journey who are willing to hold your hand and take you up there. But if you don't move to meet them, you'll get stuck. So when anything comes to mind and it's positive, go all out regardless. And that's what I've been up to all these years, and it has helped me to becoming bestseller, to be featured on the Times Square billboard, to have awards in the UK, and all these things. I It's not that I have money to do this. I don't have the money for all of these things, but because I move, when I get that, I said that okay, I want this. I move towards it, and it ends up happening. So I just want to tell everybody that if the success mindset is all about moving, moving. Don't get stuck. Don't let anything become a standing block. Just move, and then it's going to happen. So that's what I just want to put up on here, Annie. And thank
Yeah,
you for the
awesome.
opportunity.
Thank you. I think that to just keep moving. That's everything. That really is everything. It's if we don't move, if we sit on the couch on the sofa, nothing happens. Nothing happens. And the thing about moving, as you say, Williams, about opportunities are there in front of you. People are there to help you. There's things to help you. If you don't move, you're not going to see those things. And many of those things are probably in front of us now already, but we just done because we're not looking, because we haven't done the first part, which is set that clear goal, William. Set that goal. Then until set that goal, no success can't be, right? Because we can't judge success. The universe can't help us. The gods can't help you. If you don't say what you want, the gods can't help you, can they? You literally, you're just going through life, wandering and wandering and wandering, almost aimlessly, almost lost. I think everyone said, take action, just do it. As you say, tell people what you're doing. I'll come back to the people point. I think that's where the money is, William. It's all about people. We think success mindset is about, it's about us primarily. It's about you, right? It's about me. It starts there. As Paulette said, self-awareness. But it must spread to being about other people. I'll come back to that point. Let's get through now. Let's get through Lowe's and Scott, and then I will share my thoughts, and hopefully more of you will comment on the people aspect of it. Thank you, William. Congratulations and good luck. Good luck with the conference as well, my friend. I know it go well because you're William, right? Good for you, my friend. Luz, how you doing?
Good evening. I will introduce myself. I'm Loes Pijpers from the Netherlands. Thank you, Annie, for inviting me and the opportunity to speak. And I'm doing well. It's today it was very sunny, so happy weather in the Netherlands. I'm always happy when it's sunny. First of all, when I think of a positive mindset for our bold ideas, start by getting clarity on your idea. What's the fire behind it? What matters? And I think a positive mindset is also taking ownership and leadership of your own life. So get up early, make your own bed, getting you ready for the day, into action, and take action on your plan. And take nothing for granted. Feel that you are alive and focus on things you can control, and not distracting by things around you. And find collaboration with others and create a winner's mentality. I think that's very important, and team spirit and habits. When you want to be successful, make it a habit, practice it every day, just like job search. When you are applying and calling your contacts every day it's a step on the ladder of your success. And visualize a picture of the future as if you already received your goal. It's important. When you are able to do that, it's more likely that you will achieve your goal when you see it in your mind. And some people think, well, they make mistakes and it's a failure, but failure is not fatal. Every mistake, you can learn from it, and it's a step along the way to achieve your goal. The journey on your way is more important than achieve your goal, and enjoy the journey on your way. And when you haven't, some people say, well, I don't have the time for something to do or get ready to achieve my goal. But when you haven't got the time, you have to make time to make time. So plan in schedule some time blocks that you are calling contacts or whatever your goal is, but do it every day. Then it's more likely then you will achieve it. And bold ideas are not polished, they are raw, and you can refine them. And when something is not working, you can change your strategy and change your way. There are many ways that lead to your goal, not one way. And I think it's very nice if you search the collaboration with others, because when you are in a team and you can work on a goal together, it's more joyful, and you can help others achieve their goals and give other credits to others. That's also good for yourself. And a positive mentality, you can get it by exercising. For myself, I do weightlifting a few times a week, and go for a walk outside. I do that every day. And watch your environment and enjoy the sun or other things in life, because positive mindset is good for your health. And work on your body and your condition, because you create happiness for yourself and to others, and you pass it on to others. And I'm always focusing on positivity and possibilities, and not what isn't, but what can be. So that's my share. Thank you very much.
I didn't move you that quickly, Luz. My screen moves itself to go and look at William. No, there's so many gems you share there, for sure. So Antoinette, welcome to our my web design genius friend in the US. Thanks so much for being here. Chinam, so welcome as well. Says people will discourage you. Glad you pulled through, William. No, for sure. People will try and discourage you. Of course they will. So determination and focus is key. I think that word you mentioned it as well, Luz. Focus.
And can I share something
Yeah,
very shortly? I've heard that someone is looking for a job. Is that correct?
Yes. My friend Sheldon.
Yes. Well, the next Tuesday, we will start again with the career search group, part 2, in a mini version, hosted by Bess Rengifo. And I would like to invite everyone who is searching for a job. It's a little payment, but to Bester and Givo, you can send him a message if you want to join, and it's a team spirit in the group, a safe place. You can exchange knowledge and insights, and we help each other in job search. We lift each other up in a positive way, and it's a amazing group of people. So if you want to join, you can send Bester and Givo a message, and he will look at the payment or something. But it's a good group, and we help each other. So I can recommend that if she or everybody wants to join, feel free.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Thank you so much. Look, Sheldon, now you say Lowe's has put Bez's name in the comments, so now do go to the comments afterwards and connect with Bez. If you got any difficulties, mention me, mention Luz as the one who recommended that you talk to Bez. I've been to a few of his events, and he's a career coach. The difference in most of his guests are career coach, career experts in that sense. So it's worth connecting with him, and you never know what might come of it. Again, I think part of our focus is, like I said, when William was talking, it is about getting out there. Do more than you did before. Do more than the ordinary. Do more. Do something different sometimes, right? But above all, as you mentioned, Luz, reach out to people. Collaboration is everything. People are at the heart of what we do. Our bold ideas about people. We want to serve people. To get to serve people, we need to think about people, work with people, help people along on their journey. It's all so it's part of the same conversation. That's you mentioned positivity as well, Lewis. Again, positivity to us, to all of us, is it can be different, it can be the same, but it is part of having the right mindset, of course. But it's also part of being happy, giving yourself joy. I mean, imagine if Sheldon walked around miserable. Oh, I want a job. Oh, I can never find one. How's that going to help? That's not going to help, right? Positivity, believing that we can, we will. It's our place. We deserve this opportunity. We deserve what we want. We deserve the happiness that is coming to us. That is all part of the conversation, my friends. Luz, I love when you said you have to make time to make time. Oh, isn't that the truth? That is so. That's probably the best thing you said, Luz. Now, most of the great things you said. Love the journey, yes, but make time to make time. Oh man, I'll take that. I'm going to use that everywhere I go from now on, Luz. Because so many people think they've got no time for people, for things to think, to learn, to do. Unless you make time, you're not going to make time. I like that. That's genius. Let's come to you, Scott. How are you doing, Scott? It feels like a long time, but not really. Maybe a month or so, right? If that.
Yeah. It's probably been about a month. So
how's it going? Are you surviving?
It's busy. It's good. Just digging out from being out of the office for a couple weeks. Been very busy with clients and just working on executing the plan. So
superb. And how's your family doing?
Everyone's doing well. We did lose a parent here about a month ago today. So we've just been kind of adjusting and going through those changes. So
condolences, my friend. Condolences to your.
Thank you.
Of course, if we're going to help, then please do reach out for sure.
Sure.
What do you want to share with us today? Of course, I know your industry is not an easy one.
Yeah. So great panel, great conversation, great comments. I heard very loudly that a rolling stone gathers no moss. So as long as you keep moving, maybe you stay fresh, maybe you stay crisp, maybe you get better results. What I would say is, I work in psychometrics like every day. I'm working with a client right now, and he has 2 passionate drivers. And the difference between him and myself, I should say, is I have 5 passionate motivations. There are 2 things that I don't want to do. When you're talking about getting people to take action, that's the number one challenge that people have, is just getting started. But if you do what you want to do, you'll be satisfied by it, and you will love the time that you spend doing it. So for me, in my work, I do the 5 things that I want to do. I look at my values index for that, because taking action is important. It is the number one thing that you have to do. You can't get an impact if you don't get off the couch. So I know there's a lot of strange news in the world. There's a lot of economic turmoil. There's a lot of different things. I liked the comment about don't be distracted by outside noise. That's very important, especially to protect your mindset on the most important things that you have to do. When you're going to show up to work, you have to add value. So for me, I've been focusing on my clients and just getting them to where they're going. I also work a lot with job seekers that, they want to be able to prove that they're a good fit with every application and maybe every profile view that they have. So we do use certified psychometric tools for that clarity, for that communication, and for that branding. For me, it makes it very easy. And if I can make it easy on the decision maker, it's easy to get people hired, because they can prove that they fit. And usually their competition, they're just all talking. So, my advice to everyone that's here, find out what you like, find out what you love, do that, and delegate the rest. I delegate what I'm not good at and what I don't want to do. And it saves my life every single day. If you want to try a tool to find out how to do that, it would take you 5 minutes. Just send me a DM. I will send you a link for what we would call the values index. You'll just answer a few questions. You'll get a report back all about your agency. Agency is where you're in and where you're out. Some people don't have demotivators, and they might have a smaller, different problem where they might try to be everything to everyone. But for taking action, I usually want you to follow your passion and to do the things that you're excited about. And if you can do that, well, you'll definitely find yourself at the top.
For sure, Scott. No, really, I love your concept. For years, I lived a hard life, my friend. When I was working for people, I guess you do what you're given, right? You do what the job requires. But even working for myself, it took me, of the 10 years I've been working for myself, 11 years now, apparently, it's getting there, right? For many of them, up until maybe a year ago, Scott, I didn't understand not doing what I don't like doing. Because we just think we have to do everything, and we have to do stuff, right? I make it simple for everyone. Look, as a marketer, there's different types of marketing, right? There's the social media. I hate it. I really hate it. I don't, because nothing is the most pointless type of marketing. All you're doing, you're screaming at people walking past like you've got a megaphone. Buy my crap, buy my stuff, and no one listens, right? So social media, these events have changed social media. So thank goodness I can do this, right? If you want to do posts, yeah, we'll do it for you. But I've learned to have people who do it for me, for you, right? I don't do what I don't like doing. Scott, my days are perfect every day now. It's like a dream. I wake up, I do 2 things: events and books. That's all I do. That's all I want to do with my life, really. And the joy you get from that, the motivation. I guess the empowerment to create is a thing, right, Scott? It's not just doing it, it's about creating genius solutions for your customers, When you love what you're doing, when you love what you do, when you're doing what you love, you can do so much more. That has to be part of the success mindset. It has to be. Because now don't spend time doing what you don't like doing, because all you just do is, one, you're sucking your time away, and then you're just being miserable. And then you're not really creating. You're just doing because, you got to do this. No, embrace what you're doing. Love it. Go on, Scott. I can see you want to say something else.
Yeah, one thing I would add to that is there is a 2-hour time limit every single day when you get up and you get out of bed. Someone here said earlier, get up early. Well, I agree. You should get up. You should get up early. You should get up when you're ready. But there's a 2-hour time limit to fake it until you make it. And if you're doing something that is a demotivator and it doesn't align with your passions, you've only got 2 hours in a day that you can do that. This goes back almost 100 years of behavioral science, starting in 1928. They found out that you really only have a 2-hour time limit in a day to do something that you don't like. And then after that, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to be tired. And the real you is going to bleed through. So you might as well just play into what you like and do the things that you love, and don't waste time on the others, because it's not really a good fit for you, especially if there's someone that you can delegate to that would love to do that. That's all I wanted to ask. 2-hour time limit in a day to be less.
I couldn't agree more, Scott. Sorry to interrupt. I really couldn't agree more. For years, go to sleep at night. I'm like, no, I hate sleeping at night. I like to work at night. So now I just don't listen anymore, Scott. I go to sleep at 6 a.m, 7 a.m, because that's what I like. And I wake up at lunchtime and get on with my day, right? Now, trying to fit into what people want to fit into, it's not going to work. You have to control your, be aware of who you are, be aware of what you like, what works for you, and live your life. Now, live your dream, live your passion, and live your joy. That's what this comes down to. Michelle, Michelle is one of my our friends. We will happily chat away and work away all night, and come morning like, okay, time to go to sleep now, right? It wasn't. I said it's taken me a long time to accept that. That's what gives me joy, and I can't change it now that I know for sure. Paulette, why are you not here in the studio? Paulette says, keep moving towards your passion one step at a time. Again, my friends, there's something there that's easy to miss, right? Which is working towards your passion. What is your passion? Your bold idea must be your passion. It must be the thing you're in love with the most. If it's not, it's not going to work. And there's a saying in our world, in the reality in our world, that you are what you think about the most. If you love your bold idea, you're going to think about it a lot in your day. Once, twice, 3 times. William thinks about his bold idea all day, every day. I'm saying, so you should. I do. Make your bold idea your true passion, that thing that you must do at all costs. Otherwise, you can't rest. Otherwise, how are you going to do it? You're not. So if your bold idea is not something that you're truly in love with, find so the self-awareness conversation will say, find what it is for you. Find it, chase it. But you have to know yourself first. Now, you have to know your values. Scott mentioned your values earlier. Your values being the things that you truly believe in, that you truly want to aim for, want to achieve in this life, right? That's what your values really are. Once you know them, chase them. Chase them with gusto. I mentioned the bread knife person, the creator earlier. How do we know that it could have created any type of knife? It could have created all the knives that we have. He created one particular type of knife. I'm saying that is genius. I heard something today which kind of blew my mind. Did you know that Microsoft bailed out Apple a few years ago? Now, Microsoft celebrating its 50th birthday today, and Apple is probably the biggest IT company in the world, right? Who wouldn't have known Bill Gates was saving the people at Apple? No one ever told us. I'm saying, focus on your lane, basically. That's my point, right? Bill Gates never chased mobile phones. They chased personal computing. That was his thing. That's still his thing. He didn't chase sending rockets to the moon, like Elon Musk is. I'm saying Elon Musk has his many dreams. Let's leave him with those. Even though there's nothing wrong with being like Bill Gates. Focus on your path, what you're interested in, and what you're passionate about. The point is, if you follow your passion and you create something genius, the world will still pay you handsomely. This is a conversation around, do you go niche or do you go broad? Go niche. You're going to make the same money anyway, right? If you go broad, you easily get distracted. If you stay on your lane, whatever it may be, believe you me, when you impact people, when you give people the solutions to their problems, and Scotsman's call it adding value. When we do that, we will get the returns. I promise you. It's a given. But we have to be brave enough to follow our passion and stick to our path. And again, Scott's point: get started. Just get started. Don't keep thinking forever. William made the same point. There's no perfect time. You're not going to have enough money to start. You're not going to have everything aligned, the ducks in a row. Michelle Ramos. No, Michelle Ramos has ducks in a row. She has many ducks. That's why she has several ducks. She's a duck obsessed person. Don't ask me why she is what she just is, right? It's a weird one. Paulette, don't spit your tea out, please, or your coffee out. Before I give the mic to you, Paulette, say, Dr. Mercy, thanks for joining us. I feel like we met before. I'm so glad you're here. You say, understand what works for you and live your life without apologies. Totally agree. So everyone, brilliant. I say, I love all your ideas, and I'm glad you've come to answer the question of what does the success mindset look and feel like. Henry, so glad you're here. Henry is a genius cancer doctor, and this is a man, he's revolutionary. You have to connect with him to know why I say such words, for sure. The Dr. Mercer says again, passion equals your bold idea. It has to be. And this word focus is one of the tricks in humanity. Take it from me. It really is, right? We're easily distracted. Michelle B will tell you quite happily, if it's shiny, she's looking, she's chasing it. Well, no matter what she's doing, she's off because it's there, right? It's caught her attention. We must learn how to focus. Now, one day dawned on me, okay, oh, my WhatsApp's just gone. Oh, my email's just gone. My LinkedIn's just, they're all going. I got things to do. What am I going to do? So I thought, I need to learn how to just focus. Those who succeed, they learn focus. It's a skill. And the way I learned mine is simply put a dot in front of me on the wall. With a pen, I put a dot. And the instruction was, just look at the dot. Focus on the dot. Just look at the dot. Nothing else. Look at it for as long as you can, right? And I sat and I was doing this literally first day, and damn. Then you have to look back again. If you fail, go back to it, right? Try it. Every night as you go, you become. You're eventually, if you look long enough, you and the dot become one. It's the only thing you can see, and literally, it's not a dot anymore. It's like a big, giant thing you're looking at, but it's still the same dot. But you have to learn to truly just become one with it. And they say if you can focus on one thing, you can focus on anything. Let's learn to focus. That is a big, big word. It's not a small thing at all. Not many people tell us the importance of focus, but it's something that we all need to learn, part of positivity. Let me hear from Paulette. How are you doing, Paulette? Oh no, there's no school teacher outfit. What's gone wrong, Paulette?
I decided I was no longer the school teacher. I was coming on here to be a rebel. You see, I can play many characters, Mr. Osung. So today I've come in with the whip. So the word that I would like to bring to the table is procrastination. So the biggest procrastinators are those that cannot focus. And so therefore, if one is to succeed and be focused on the goal, you can't procrastinate. And procrastinate means that dot on the wall, you just keep looking away and have to keep coming back to it and looking away and coming back to it. So you spend so much time looking away and coming back to your dot, you lose hours. And that's no different to looking at a screen than anything else. So the way that I was told was, if you imagine a laser, somewhere between you and what you want is a fine laser line. It's a laser focus line. If you go off that line, then you won't get to the end of your goal. And so if your goal is X and you're so focused on that line, you will succeed because you are so focused on the line. So you set yourself an absolute clear from here to there, and how many steps it will take, how many weeks it will take, how many years it will take, whatever. But you set these markers, and when you clearly define that line between what you want, what your desire is, what your bold idea is, what your whatever, and what you want, whether it's the Maserati, the DB7, the DB9, the whatever, right? Whatever that thing is, being happy in your job, owning your own company, whatever the goal is, you've got to want it so much. You're in love with it. You are literally rolling around in love with it. I mean, like, as in love with it as you were with your childhood sweetheart. And that love is so passionate. It feeds you. And so when I was told at college, if you want that, Paulette, it's yours. And I was like, but I'll be the only woman, because I wanted to be a trader. And they were like, yeah, you've got your maths, you've got your economics, you've done everything you need to do. Apply. And I was like, I'll never get it, will I? And they were like, look, what are the odds? And I was like, well, they were like, how much do you want it? And I was like, oh, I want it. And then when go in there and tell them. And I remember sitting there, and the guy said to me, you're going to be up against the best of the best and the hardest of the hardest, and they're going to give you a really difficult time, and no one's going to welcome you with open arms, and you're going to be different and strange and weird and odd, and you're going to be female and all these things. And he kept making all these noises at me like every 5 minutes, as if I was like diseased. What he was trying to do was to see how far he could push me off my line. He was trying to push me off my focus. I wanted it. There was no pushing me off that line. And he saw that. And in seeing that, it meant that I got the job. And they invested in me, and they trained me up to be a trader. And I earned a lot of money, and I hated the environment. I hated the people I was working with. I hated everything about it because it wasn't me. I wasn't really interested in going to titty bars on a Friday night, or, going out and sniffing various things. And, I just chasing women, the world was very different then. I'm 60 now, so I'm talking about I was 21. So it's a long time ago, and a lot's changed, but 39 years ago, it was not a nice place to be. Now there are probably about 17% of women are trading now. 17% of traders are women, correction. There's no female traders on the boards, and there certainly aren't any traders working at the stock exchange in London who are through the ranks that stay with me, because none of them stayed. Everybody left because the environment was not female centric or ready for us yet. I think it is now. I think it's a different world now, but the world that I joined was not the world that I wanted to be in. But I'll tell you now, crikey, did it teach me some lessons. I learned about, could I watch 5 screens at once? Could I manage numbers like I never imagined, like telephone numbers? Could I watch the slightest movement? Oh gosh, could I? And that's laser focus, and that's what it taught me. So I would just say this, that, whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, don't ever let anyone tell you can't. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you've not got the ability, or that you're the wrong sex, or you're the wrong this or the wrong that. Just go for it. Just go for it. And you know what? Somebody once said, is there ever a right time to have a baby? Because if you really sat down with a calculator and worked out what the cost is, you'd never have one, right? But you do it anyway, right? So there's an example of being focused on the goal of having a child and going, whatever comes, I want that child, right? And that's the same thing with this going for gold. Yeah, it's not just going for the goal, it's going for gold. And you know what it's like because you've achieved it. For goodness sake, you're working with me. I mean, come on. I mean, you must have dreamt about that for years, you know?
I still do. I still do.
Yeah,
I still do.
exactly.
Paul.
You've
I
got
still.
the
I still. You know, I
Rochelle's,
thank.
you've
I
got the
thank the
whole
gods.
gang, you know?
I
You've
thank
got
the
all
gods.
of
I
us.
get to work with you. You know, I really do. No, I really, really do. You know, there's something there. I think there's. No, we mentioned gratitude at the beginning. I was on your show earlier, Paulette. I think, you know, we have to learn to express gratitude, not just express it, but feel it. Feel genuinely thankful for what you have
100%.
achieved, how far you've gone. That's part
Yeah,
of positivity. You know, be grateful
absolutely.
because it tells the gods that you want more of it. You know, and if you spend your day thinking about your bills, the things you don't have, all you're telling the gods is, I want more of this rubbish, right? I want more of this stuff. You know, and there's a way to live, Paulette. I don't think people. I think we overcomplicate things, Paulette.
Yes.
It's not frustration. It's a realization on my part, right? Yeah. If I get £1 million, I'll be happy. Let's try. Paulette. Paulette knows what that feels like. I've been there. You've been there, Paulette. I'm sure many of us have been there. You know, £1 million doesn't make you happy. I assure you. If you're not happy already, £1 million is not going to make a difference to your life. It really isn't. It's just going to give you different problems. You know, being someone with £1 million who now spend
every lottery winner looks as miserable as sin when they get divorced and have to give half of it away and sell all their properties and their cars, you know.
Exactly. No, truly. You know,
it really is true.
It's not the money. You know, now coming back to you for a bit, for your success, Paulette, because you are the success that we all dream of. And you know, you mentioned just now, you know, it's about being laser focused, but also, you know, don't be scared to be the first or to do that thing, what that thing is. Yes, expect challenges, expect a rough ride. No, really do, because it's whatever you do is going to be a rough ride. Even if you're successful, you're going to have a rough ride anyway. So you might as well embrace those rough. That Scott mentioned it too. Embrace the challenges. Embrace the hard times, and more importantly, when those times come, as everyone's mentioned, I think learn. Choose to learn whatever you have to learn what that is, right? You know, stay on track and just stay, you know, and learn. You know,
can I just say one last thing before I bugger off? I just was going to say this, and that is that when you've got to the place where you feel, I'm here, I've arrived, I got there. If you imagine a journey and it's, you know, you're running, I don't know, a 20-hour drive and you get to your end destination. That's not the end, is it? You were getting there for a reason. The reason you were getting there was because you were about to live in a new house, you're about to start a new job, you're about to buy a new house, whatever. See life like that. See life in a far more, it's a journey, and it really is a journey. And those blips along the way are when the car breaks down, the battery, imagine it like that. Break it down, but at the end of the day, all those things that happen to you on the way just make you stronger for when you get there, so that when you get there you can do it even better, and it means more to you because you've had to work for it.
Yeah,
That's just something I feel.
Beautifully said. Like, the journey is what's important in all of this, my friends. The journey is a thing, right? Because now, as you say, Paul, at the end of every journey may be a result, an outcome, but it's never the end, right? Like I said, now getting £1 million in your account is not going to end. Your world doesn't end. It just gives you a different set of problems, right? And so we have to, the journey must be what we embrace above all else.
It changes your tax bracket.
Yeah. Well, it changes your bills as well. You get bigger bills, I assure you. But those who get there know that, right? But again, I think the fact that when you get there, it's merely the precursor for another journey to start. If it's your success along the journey doesn't make you, don't suddenly we can't afford to suddenly get arrogant and and ignorant. Your success, if anything, should make you more humble along the journey. That's the thing, right? We have to develop humility. Those who succeed, they're humble. Those at the top are humble. Yes, we've all known ignorant people at the top. So but that's not, are they really at the top? I don't think they are. But I'm saying for us, we have to truly embrace the journey. We learn along the way. We embrace the failures. We embrace the successes. We celebrate some of our successes. Yes, we should celebrate, and get the rewards you get along the way. But realize that ultimately we still got some ways to go. Maslow's hierarchy of needs says it all. Self-actualization. Humanity is designed. Humans are designed to ask themselves, "How great can I be?" That's the journey we're on. So even when we win, even when we create genius, even when we're William, we achieve big dreams. He's still asking himself, "How great can I really be?" That's why he wakes up tomorrow and does it again, and goes again, and goes again, and goes again. Everyone here is doing exactly that. But it's because it's part of the journey to go towards success, my friends. Look, we've said a lot of things today, and I said I could give you a whole list. Well, go and watch the replay if you want a whole list, right? I'll make it easy for you. I'll make it very easy for you, my friend. And I come to Henry's point. Let me show you a quick video. I watched this video every day for about 2 months, every day. And this is what changed my life. Michelle, when I tell you Donna's a genius, she forced me to watch this video every day. And the first time I'm like, okay, I get it. Okay, I'm not going to watch. Now, tomorrow came, I watched it again. And I saw things I never even saw on the first day. And up to the end, if I watch it today, I see things I didn't see until now. Let me show you what success really looks like, what success mindset really looks like. So I think it's a couple of minutes at best of times. Okay, no, it's not there. I was trying to go to the wrong place. Let me do a screen share quick. Let me get to my YouTube channel. The video is called The Winner's Attitude. If you get a chance, go watch it, my friends. Go watch it. Watch it and watch it religiously. Here's why.
Now let's talk about the attitudes of people who are successful. The top 5% of the people who go sailing through life from one success to another, and who, even when they fail at something, shrug it off and head right out again. No matter who the person is or what he does, men and women in sales, business executives, people in all the professions, wives and mothers, students, top people in the armed forces, public servants, men and women in the service of religion, working men and women in all fields of endeavor, wherever you find a person doing an outstanding job and getting outstanding results, you will find a person with the right kind of attitude. These people take the attitude toward themselves that they can accomplish what they set out to accomplish, that there's no good reason on earth why they can't be competent, successful. They have a healthy attitude toward themselves and, as a result, toward life and the things they want to accomplish. And because of this, they achieve some remarkable things, and they come to be called successful, outstanding, brilliant, lucky, and a lot of other things. They're quite frequently no more brilliant or outstanding than the majority of the people by whom they're surrounded. But they did develop the right attitude, and they found their accomplishments not too difficult, and many times surprisingly easy, simply because it seems that so few are really trying, really believe in themselves. Successful people come in all shapes and sizes and in widely varying degrees of intelligence, background, and so on. But they all have one thing in common. They expect more good out of life than bad. They expect to succeed more than they fail. If you want something worthwhile, take the attitude that there are a lot more reasons why you can have it than there are that you cannot, and set out to earn it. Go after it, work at it, ask for it, and 9 times out of 10, you'll get it. Our environment is really a mirror of our mental attitude.
Yeah.
If we don't like our environment, we have to change our attitude first. Now, the world plays no favorites. It's impersonal. It doesn't care whether we change or not. Adopting a good, healthy attitude toward life doesn't affect the world and the people in it nearly as much as it affects us. It would be impossible to even estimate the number of jobs which have been lost, the number of promotions missed, the number of sales not made, the number of marriages ruined by poor attitudes. But you can number in the millions the jobs which are held but hated, the marriages which are tolerated but unhappy, all because of people who are waiting for the world and others to change toward them, instead of being big enough and wise enough to at least make a test which will prove beyond any shadow of a doubt where most or at least a big part of the trouble lies. Studies made of the lives of literally thousands of successful people have shown that they radiate confidence, assurance, they expect success, and they get success. You can spot these people by the way they walk, by the way they look and act. You can feel it about them when they enter a room. They may be short and fat, or tall and thin, or any combination in between, but they have about them the attitude of success. In the record Greener Pastures, I'll get into this next statement, but right now I want you to realize, if you don't already, that in 5 years or less, you can get right to the top of the work you're now doing. I know this, but the important question here is, do you know this? The minute you do know it, you'll have this right attitude I'm talking about.
Hopefully you can still hear me.
Yeah.
Hopefully you had the last minute or so. You know, our attitude is everything. Let's Nightingale mentioned many things there. And Michelle now tells us more these days that she carries this book around with her. This secret. You know, Michelle, that's one of the first books that opened my mind to the power of mindset. You know that? Now, The Secret by Joe Vitale. There's many different versions of The Secret. Joe Vitale's one is the one I read. I was like, wow. It truly opened my mind. I had never thought that you could manifest what you want, that you can create your own world, your own reality in your dreams. And also, I never thought before that about repetition, Michelle. It never dawned on me. Many people will say to you, "Oh, read the same book over and over. What's the point?" But now I read the same book over and over. No, William's got his secret in front, the secret in front of him. He's got his own copy. My friends, those who succeed, they read the right book over and over and over and over. Because each time we read that book, each time we read the book, we see something else that we didn't see yesterday. If you're wondering why that is, the way it's been explained to me is simply because you've grown since yesterday. You're in a different place mentally. That's why we see things that we didn't see yesterday. So when I read a book today, I read it several times, or 3-4 times before I put it down, because I want to get everything from the book, right? Coming back to the issue of attitude, my friends, the attitude you have to yourself. This is my greatest learning in life. This is why I'm where I am today. I didn't get here by accident. I didn't get here. Yes, I work hard, but it's not. It's not. The reason I work hard is because of this point, this attitude point, right? There was a time. It's 3 years ago, maybe 3-4 years around the COVID time, where I was getting customers, losing customers. I'm like, what's going on? For a small business, it's called peaks and troughs. You get a customer, you think, I'm rich. You lose one, you think, damn, I'm sunk, I'm poor, I'm bankrupt, I'm done. Neither is true, right? Neither is true. It really isn't, right? It's just another moment in your day, in your life. So I had to learn this attitude is everything. This attitude to your customers, attitude to yourself. So around this time, my friends, I can't not admit it. My family life, my wife was like, "Oh, it's not working." I'm like, "We've been together forever. What are you talking about?" "Oh, must have called it quits." I'm like, "Oh, over my dead body, really?" I just couldn't work out what to do. So I learned again. Mentions attitude thing goes through all parts of your life. Your personal life, your work life, your business, your social life. Literally, it's everything. Get your attitude right. And that's the key to a success mindset. Everything we talked about today is about your attitude. If you have the right attitude to your customers, you will show them love. You show them you do what you have to do to keep them and serve them. If you got the right attitude, you will not serve anyone.
Mm.
I'll come to you in a second, Coach. I hear you. I see you flashing mic, my friend. The attitude you have towards yourself, towards other people. Many people. Now, Scott mentioned collaboration as well, right? The attitude towards other people. If you're here just for you, life will throw eggs at you, literally. I'm saying, otherwise, if you're here to serve people and you're here to raise everyone around you, right attitude towards everyone around you, the world will throw you and make lemonade. That's a difference, right? That really is it. It's not rocket science. If you love your customers, they will stay because you will suddenly find a way to serve them the way they want you. If you don't know how to do that now, no problem. You will learn. Paulette mentioned being coachable, being willing to learn. But sort of like the attitude towards yourself is what makes you do the right thing for you. Attitude towards others is what makes you do the right thing for others. Or attitude towards your business is what makes you do the right thing for your business. This is a trick. This is the only trick there is in business and the world we live in. Take it from me. Your attitude, everything. Michelle, I see you here. Coach, please feel free.
Yeah, I've been listening and I've learned so much. I've been excited. Always powerful being around you, Emmy, Michelle, Paulette, William, Lois. Lovely lessons so far. I think I shared this before that people die when their heart gives up. Medical doctors have said this that you have debilitating conditions, you have someone very sick, very tired, yet they recover. Kidney shut down, they recover. Lungs shut down, they recover. The moment they give up, they die. They do not die until they give up. In fact, nurses, there's any nurse in the house or any medical doctor in the house, they'll confirm that when patients are unconscious, totally unconscious, and you at the height of medicine, you sort of yoke your soul with theirs. Medical doctors and nurses, when you have an elderly person who is really ill, you feel their struggle. At some point, they give up. And the medical doctor said, or the people that have been around disease enough say, after they give up, a small attack will just kill them. They will have survived very difficult things, but just a small attack because they're not willing to fight anymore internally. So people don't give up even biologically or at the cell level. This is what Dr. Caroline Leaf has said, that at the cell level, cells respond to belief and the environment and the signals of belief. It's so powerful. I have seen many. I'll share some videos with you, Amy, after, so I will play it at some other time. The correlation between our outcomes and our belief systems. If you in movie, I was trying to do a shoot, and they were trying to make me smile, and I wasn't smiling too well. And then the director looked at me and said, "Think about your mother." Now, there was a big smile, and they caught it on camera. So they showed me all the other times they got me to smile, and when they gave me the software of my mom's thought, my late mom's thoughts, immediately my best customer service smile came up. So you cannot serve people already you're tired on the inside, you're grumpy, then you get to work, you want to do good customer service. You're going to frown at them. You don't even know you're running that mentor program. So anytime actors and actresses want to get into character, they will turn that character and assimilate it in the mind. Then they can cry. Then they can swear. You won't be able to act the part until you believe it internally. And that's why I wrote it there that attitude equals attitude. The heart, the state of the heart, the thoughts, feelings, emotions, imaginations, perspectives, paradigms, belief systems running inside the mind is a software. It runs the machine all the time, all the time, all the time. And the real battle is maintaining, being aware, and that's what Paulette was asking the other time, being aware of your being as a human being, being aware of your internal states. Oh, I'm irritated. Oh, I'm joyous. Oh, I'm happy. That's the first place. That information gives you the opportunity to begin to adjust and tune like an audio frequency equalizer. You begin to tune yourself. And as you tune yourself, your muscles take on a particular performance level that gives you capital. This is a very deep lesson that the earlier we come to terms with it, like we all have been saying, the better for us. But for me, the takeaway today is that awareness is in levels. Now, a new level of awareness will introduce you to some new ignorance about yourself. Then you master that level of awareness, another ignorance appears. So every single success is a loop. That's I think Robert Schuller who said failure is never final, success never ending, something like that. It's a statement like that by Robert Schuller. So if you, and one of my I'm trying to work at this, when I notice toxicity or someone that's very negative, I'm very weak at maintaining the relationship, totally very weak. I don't know how to handle it. I just run away. The phrase is I run out of the room because they're going to infect you with that state of mind very soon. If you keep staying around toxic, negative people, some of their water will enter into the boat. So because of that, he that walks with the wise shall be wise. I thought he that walks with the foolish shall be foolish. The conclusion says a companion of fools shall perish. He that walks with the wise will gain wisdom. When you walk with the foolish, I thought you're supposed to just be foolish. No, the outcome is set destruction. So that's why I'm looking for positive people only and always. Some family members, close family members, I've had to do away with because of I measure the personal toxicity indicator. I mean, what somebody did 1979, you still refer to it in Christmas meeting. Oh, this you abused me 1978. Then 1988, you said the same thing. Then 1998, you did the same thing. Then this 2008, you're doing the same thing. I'm sure I'm not going to be there 2018 for you to whine behind me or moan to me. Why are you referring to old dead stories? Move on. Can we be happy this Christmas period? Why are you bringing old stories and coloring the present with sadness? I don't know how to deal with this. Even when they are family, it's tough. I don't like accusers, and it's a weakness I'm working at. I will run away because it wearies my soul. So those are the points I wanted to add. But thank you, everyone. I've learned so much.
No, thank you, Michelle. I don't know which camera you're on. You're on two cameras at once, so I can see you. So you're moving. So that's good. Really. Coach, important points, really, very important points. So Henry makes the same point, something very similar. So once you can clearly define the values, in other words, what's in your heart and your habits, that makes you successful. And that's the truth. Success attitude and having the habits and taking the actions that you need to take is what makes you successful. And it's not the result you get. People are successful when they set that goal and are willing to and start working towards it. That's the truth. That's what success really is. And that's when the journey starts, right? Then Henry says, then you need to consciously align with others who share the same values. As you're saying, Coach. As Henry says, business success is a team sport. whatever you do, my friends, you're gonna have to work with people. It involves people, right? You know, when I mentioned my relationship earlier, yeah, and I've said this a few times. Many of you, I'm sure, are new, right? And see, I used to think it's their fault. It's all their fault. It's always their fault. That's my family, my wife, and the kids downstairs. It's their fault. I leave my room, I'm happy, and then when I go downstairs, they're all miserable. So we get an argument. It took me a while, and it was a sudden realization one day. Again, mindset coaching. I say to you, Michelle, where what's the common denominator in all these arguments? It's me. So who's the problem? It's me, clearly, right? I changed my attitude. The attitude that we must have, my friend, is one of service. It's one of true love for those who you're serving. It really is. The coach says that this is an important lesson. This is a huge lesson. It's the biggest lesson I've learned in life. And when I say that, it's about treating everyone you come across with love. If you have good intentions towards people, they'll have good intentions towards you too. And you can create genius. You really can. I said now I see my wife and kids, and I call them superstars. Many of you here, when I send you a DM, I will put something there that you think, does he really mean that? He does. He really means it. You are the superstar. And I will say that all the time, because if you treat people that way, my friends, they will be superstars to you, and they will help you in your journey. That's success mindset for you. In a nutshell, it really is as simple as it sounds. Let's not complicate it. Have that attitude that you really want to give the world your solution that will make you take action. Have the attitude that you really want to give yourself the life you want. That's going to give you the impetus to get out of bed, to let go of that sofa of yours, to let go of your bad habits, and to overcome challenges, and give yourself that attitude that the people you're here to serve, they are legends, they're superstars, they're great, they're amazing people, right? You're blessed to get to serve them. That will give you the impetus to find a solution to their problems. It really is that. Go on, Paulette, please, feel free.
I was just going to say something that you just made me suddenly think about, which was, if you imagine yourself as a coach driver, okay, and all the seats on the bus are all of us lot, okay, and we're very fortunate to be on the bus, but you're very fortunate that your seats are full, right? So we get to win because we're on the coach, and you get to win because we're on the coach, right? When you're in a win-win situation, everybody wins, right? And so the coach is full because you're full of people that want to win, and we all want to win together. Nobody wants to tread on anyone. Nobody wants to hurt anyone. Nobody wants to stamp on anyone. There's nothing like that. It's all about pushing forward together collectively. I think that if you visualize the coach, right, then you don't see it as a single, it's my journey, it's our journey. And we all work together in harmony with trust, authenticity, one of my favorite words, trust, authenticity, honesty, and the power of success.
Yes.
Beautifully said, Paula. Beautifully said. Now, there's something Coach said earlier that I think it may be the second part of this of the point of the attitude point, right? Coach said you must really feel it. You must really be that person. I can turn up and pretend to like people, and I may get some customers, but deep down that will run out. It's unsustainable. If you live in fear, again, no matter how hard you try and put a mask on, it's not going to work. The world your gods know what's in your soul, right? And so the reason I sack most of myself is because of the attitude towards my customers. Yes, I could try and work to change that. Of course I could, but I'd rather, if you're not the right fit, If you don't get it, then you don't get it. I'm like, I'm out. Sometimes I've sacked my whole team because of what I call the rotten apple effect. There's people who don't want to work together because if you don't have the love for my business, for your team, for our customers, any of those, and it only takes one person in the team to make it all fall apart. So everyone has to be on board. Everyone has to have the same passion for the people we're here to serve. Attitude is everything. You can't do it by halves. And since the day I learned to look at my family as the stars they are, and I live that every day. It's made all the difference. We're still together, and everyone's happy now. And my house actually, we're getting towards close to you, Paulette. Everyone will actually laugh, all laugh together. So one of my sons chooses to be Santa every week and bring gifts. He brings it when we're all asleep. Except I'm not asleep. I'm awake. I'm a night owl. So I meet Perry at the door. I'm like, "What are you doing here?" My name's got a sack of goods. My friends. This attitude is everything. I'll put the link for the video in the comments and do watch it and make it. If you're not that way inclined yet, watch the video for a month, and I promise you, your life will change. It will change before your very eyes. Only because your attitude has changed, towards people will change. That's the truth, right? Try it out. Dr. Mercer said, clearly defining your goals plus focusing on doing something about it daily would help you get to it. It's true. Someone was it you, William? Take a step each day. Now, just do something each day towards your goal. It's not going to do itself, right? Take those steps, my friends. Take those steps. Do do something. If you're sitting there thinking, what am I meant to do? If you have the right attitude, what you have to do will come to you. Don't pretend. It's not rocket science. If it's make that phone call, make that phone call. If it's call that person, call that person. If it's do that report, if it's Dr. The coach working for this, I'm saying if it's do X, do X. Your soul will tell you. You know what to do. Maybe it's not obvious to you, but I'm saying once you start, the next step comes to you. If you never start, the next step will never come to you. Right? Learn to start. Trust your instinct. Trust your intuition. Trust in the knowledge that you're gaining. Trust the process you're on. It's all part of the same thing we're saying, my friends. It really is not rocket science. As Henry says, how great can I be? Ooh, big question, Henry. Self-actualization, we call it. Thankfully, it's a question no one can ever answer. But as Henry says, let's start with asking yourself, how many people am I willing and able to serve? That is the question. How many really? That's your bold idea right there, right? That's where it's at. I don't know if I missed anything. If I missed any great comments, please consider visiting this topic again soon. I will, Henry. I definitely will. I think it's one that we need to keep talking about until we get the idea of it, right? Look, check out Scott's. He's got one of his psychometric measures in the comments. It's free. Complete it. See what you can learn from. It takes about 5 minutes. It says, and he'll email you the results. So do check out one of his psychometric. I call them tests, but they're more measures. It's not a pass or fail, is it? It's more giving you some sort of benchmark of where you are. So Luz, you've been on for a long time, but I haven't said a word again. Do you want anything you want to say before we go? If not, so anyone else on stage, anything you want to leave?
Yes, thank you. I want to say
please, the mic is yours.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody for listening and joining us and putting comments in the chat and for speaking, my colleague speakers, for all the thoughts and insights. And I think never stop dreaming and achieving your goals, and try to collaborate with others on your journey to achieve your goals, and enjoy the way on your journey and helping others, reaching out to others, search for team spirit, and take care of yourself, because you can't give to others what you don't have. And make time for friends, even if you don't have time. Make time for family, friends, and what matters in life, because today is the day is never coming back, and tomorrow is a new day, and you never know how long you are on this earth. So enjoy every day and focus on positivity and what you can control, and give joy to others, because all together around the world we can make each other happy, and we can act as a team and create unity. That's very important in a world where there is a lot of things happening, and we cannot change the whole world on our own, but what we can do is make an impact in your environment, and give happiness and joy, and reach out to others in your environment, your neighbors, your family, friends. Make time for them, and keep on reading and learning and educating yourself, so you can pass that knowledge on to others. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And Bridget, I'm going to come to you in a second. Welcome. I think, again, it is that love and that intention to serve others. That's what this comes. That's what your success is based on. Take it from me. Take it from Lewis as well. If you truly are that person with love in your heart, love in everything you do, it affects every part of your life. This is what I even said when it comes to your neighbors, your pets. If you're not that person, you get found out. You soon fall down. I assure you. Bridget, are you there? You have to unmute. You're muted, Bridget.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
here.
yes. Super author. How are you?
Yeah,
It's been a minute. They keep saying it's been a minute. I don't know what that means, but it's been a while, right?
You're just going with the flow, right? You just hear
Us
someone
British
say,
people know it's been a minute.
it's been a minute and it sounds
About?
good, and then you just use it, right?
If you've never met Bridget, I get to know, say this is a superstar, true superstar. I mean that sincerely, and she knows she is too. Her book, Girl, Fix Your Crown. It's an amazing book. She's a great. Truly connect with her, and when Bridget speaks, I tend to listen. Welcome. I mean that sincerely.
Thank you, my best friend Annie.
See, look, look. Let's go. There's a point here. You see, most of you must realize I love my friends. I love my clients. I truly do. Those on stage, anyone who knows who I've actually met knows I am truly in love with all of you. Coach put there, I love all men and women. I really do, right? The reason we're friends is because I can't love you enough. I can't love you enough, really. That doesn't happen by halves. It's a deliberate strategy I've chosen. I love everyone. If I haven't met you yet, you want to make sure I'm not lying. Let's meet. You see that I'm being deeply honest. Anyway, Bridget, I've talked too much. Please share with us now. What's your take on our topic?
Okay, so firstly, I want to apologize for jumping in late because I didn't get the notification. I just deliberately turned off notification from my computer. But here I am now, and then I was just listening to the last person's share, and that was when I came in, and I was quite touched really by how authentic, relatable that she sounded. Because to me, I felt like she was in my living room and she was sitting in front of me and we're having the conversation. And one of the things that I would say that these days is you keep hearing people say, be gentle on yourself, because success doesn't happen overnight. But as you go along the journey, be gentle on yourself. But what I say is, yes, be gentle on yourself, but enjoy the journey as you go along. Because to achieve success means different things to different people. And some people think that when they fall down on the way to success, it's a bad thing. But what I would say is, and this is what I say to my women when I say feast your crown. If you fall down one time doing the same thing, it's okay. You get up and you keep moving. You fall down the second time, I would tell you, when you fall down the third time, stay there. Do not be in a hurry to get up. Stay there and evaluate where you are. Because when you do, you will never be able to make the fourth mistake again. Because evaluated experience is the best teacher, not necessarily the experience itself. And so, hey, I'm always up for mindset. So go for the gold. And I'm here. My name is Bridget O. Michaels. I am the author of Go Fix Your Crown, How to Fix Your Money, Your Mindset, and Your Man so that you can fix your life. And Annie knows that last year, November, we did the inaugural Go Fix Your Crown retreat, the first of its kind. And it happened to be a phenomenal success beyond my wildest imagination. And October this year, we're having the second one. And whereas, other than the Pacific Northwest. And hey, if you haven't been to Seattle or Washington State yet, this is an opportunity. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Bridget. So she really is a superstar, and her book is, it's inspirational. So I'm blessed to have people in my network or in my community who speak the truth. And thankfully, we'll share the same message. I'm hoping to do a room or two with Bridget. Again, anyone who knows me, I love doing this room. So hopefully you get to meet her more. But do connect. And I say go in the comments after the event and do connect with people. If you struggle to connect with anyone, message me. I'll happily share it. I'll happily connect you two in a group chat. So I love to start conversations. Coach K, welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. Another legend, true legend in our community. As Dr. Mercy says, you can't give up until you've given up. Don't give up. We can't give up. We have saying that if you have that thing we're talking about, Bridget, that true passion for the people you're here to serve, that true love for them, that nothing's going to stop you to finding a solution. It rests behind your love for the people you're here to serve. Truly love your community, love your audience, love your, what beneficiaries, love the people that you're on a mission to make a difference to, and the answers will come to you along the journey. Don't fall down 4 times, though. Don't fall down 4 times.
I've never seen a person in recent times, especially after the COVID era, who is so given and sold out to human beings like Annie. Annie, I'm not tooting your horn right now, but hey, you can accept that as I'm tooting your horn. But I'm just being honest here because, I've been privileged to chat with so many people that you are in connection with. And they all have nothing but good thing to say about you. That you are selfless and you are a leader who actually, you take the lead. Because a good leader knows the way and shows the way. You always take the first step. And you are not afraid. You are not selfish to share how you got to be where you are. So thank you so much, Annie. And hey, guys, let's give him a hand of an applause. Let's just give him a hand. Yes.
Am I blushing yet?
I know you were not expecting that.
No, at all. Now, thank you so much for your kind words. I learned to say thank you. People kind. Now, Coach K, of course, you come on towards the end, but please watch the replay. That's why I say watch the replay. I can send my YouTube link so you can watch the replay on my YouTube to help my numbers go up a bit more, right? But thank you so much, Bridget. Thank you, everyone that's joined us. Paulette, Coach, William, Michelle is still here as well. So, Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle, anything you want to say before we go?
Okay, you guys brought up the secret. the way I was raised it was kind of different, and I didn't have any tools, but I wasn't stupid, and and so my grandma Jackie gave me The Secret, the book, and she said, read it, and you will succeed. If you don't read it though, might as well just die, because all you got to do in life is pay taxes and die. That's it. And so I started reading it, and I've actually bought 3 books, but I still have all 3 of my original books, and I do take it everywhere with me. Because we all get off path, we all get upset, and when I start getting upset, I have it bookmarked on certain pages, and I go to it. And it's not that we don't know how to do things; we have never figured out how to put it all together. And because everyone's different how they put things together. And The Secret meant so much sense to me. And also everyone that just wrote in The Secret. And I was like, I can do that. So that's what I did. Yeah. And then I went to the thing with you last night, Annie, which was really cool, which I'm going to do now. And then you cooked a big feast that I didn't get any of. So, yeah, I think this is just, thank you. This is what we need to do, and we're doing it. And Los, I got to say this because I'm never up here when you're here. I love you. I mean, you're just really cool. If you would have been my parent, that would have been like, who knows, right? But I mean, I everything that happened to me for a reason, or it wouldn't be the beautiful person I am right now. But yes, The Secret did take me everywhere, and then you guys have all pulled me out with my ideas, and now that are officially in effect, and it obviously takes the world to do it, because each one of you honestly contributed to what I've been able to do in the last week.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Coach K. I will send you, Coach K. I'll send my YouTube link, and as I say, the show ends. Now, look, I think Michelle, I won't hide it. I've said it. I say it to people, but I say it to you as well now. I truly believe your time is come, Michelle. I truly believe that, because you're doing the right things in the right places, talking to the right people. And that is part of our success mindset. You show up every time, you share, you learn, and you have that love in your heart. I truly, I'm sure I was telling Paul earlier, your time is now. I have no doubt of your success at all. And just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. I know it's here, and it doesn't scare me. Excellent. At all. I mean, I guess it would be scary, but it's not. I can't explain it.
Let's do it. Look, connect with more of our friends. Truly get to know them, and get to know who can support you, that you can support. And greatness is definitely on your doorstep. It's here, like you say. It really is. Coach William, who wants to have the last say?
Yes, I just yes, that's me. Any and Paulette you made some statement which I wanted to touch up on it. The first one would be ideas and taking steps, where you mentioned any because when the idea comes, mostly it feels unclear. Okay, it doesn't make sense. It never makes sense until you take a step, then it gets clearer as you move. And I have had experience like that. When I was living in the forest in 2014, while I was meditating, and I heard a voice tell me, William, go back to the city, start a business called the Errand Boy. That's all I had. I didn't know what to do with it. But when I came to the city, I created a logo with my name, Mr. Planch, and I placed the Errand Boy there. Then I was just sharing it. Then I said, okay, if you're a busy scheduled person and you want somebody to pick your kids up from school for you, you want somebody to do your groceries for you, I am the Errand Boy. And that's where it started. And I got in contact with so many high profile people in the country. Okay. And the next thing I want to talk about, the journey, where Paulette made mention of, is that the real beauty of the whole thing is the journey. and it's not the awards, the accolade. You know, when I got to the Times Square billboard that day and the second day, it was all noisy. We were talking about it. The third day, fourth day, fifth day, it felt like nothing happened. I was just moving on with my journey. I only have to bring it back when I'm speaking to somebody that, hey, I've been on the Times Square. But the beauty of it is still the journey that I'm on. From the Times Square billboard, I've moved on to become bestseller. I've moved on to go to the UK to pick up an award and all this good stuff. But it doesn't mean when you get there, that is the end. It's another door for another movement. So you keep moving. So I really love that and resonate with that, with what Paulette said. And it's like a World Cup. When you're playing the World Cup, the final, when you lift the cup, you make noise for 2 days and that is it. But the real beauty is the group stages, the semi-finals, the quarterfinals, where everybody was tense. That's the beauty of the whole thing. So the journey is the real shit. So let's keep on moving, and we all get to the top. And we'll miss like this one day, and we'll just talk. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a man who, you know, impacts hundreds of kids at each of his events. You know, it's a lesson for all of us, William, for sure. You know, I think we will learn that all truth is centered in whatever you believe in, followed by action. It is the action. So let belief be your life. Those are not small words, Coach K. You know, true belief. You know, for me, I'm saying I find it easier today. It wasn't easy before. Today, I just believe it's going to happen. I live like it's going to happen. You know, again, part of my learning is simply, you know, if you want to be something, live as if you're that person already. That's true belief. You know, I don't care if am I going to fail? Of course I'm not. You know, that I know where I'm going. I know how I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know where I'm going. And I truly believe that everything, as much as I just said about Michelle, everything's aligned for me to achieve greatness. That I should do. And every day I learn to believe even more. You know, I believe in. Do I want to go and believe in God? Maybe, because there's something out there that's doing this greatness for me as much as my efforts. As Bridget say, taking action is the best strategy for seeking clarity. Beautifully said, Bridget. You know, we don't know the step 2 until we take step 1, right? And as we go, once we've done step 2, step 1 and 2, step 3 suddenly reveals itself. You know, and sometimes maybe we'll make the wrong choices. Maybe we hear the wrong voice and we don't listen to the right voice in our head. We just learn and go again, right? We're learning lessons as we go, and each time we'll recalibrate ourselves to the right journey, for sure. Paulette, Coach, who wants to speak next before we go? Paulette, go for it.
I will, because I need to go. I just will say, you know, listen, we're all on this journey together. Rely on each other. There's always somebody who's that one step ahead of you. And when you get stuck, when you feel like you don't know what to do next, reach out to people, because there's always someone who can help you, can lift you, can put you back on the right roads, you know, and without paying a bloody fee. You know, I know we all need to live and earn and whatever, but when you're in a community, communities are there for a reason. Communities are there to lift each other up, because that's what we do, right? So rather than go out and have to pay to look for, you know, some help, some assistance at whatever cost, there's people around you who can just pick you up, put you back up on the right roads, and off we go again. And I'm a great believer that I'm never very good with this word, but you use it in America a lot. Reciprocity is such a big thing, and I believe it's true. And I think that, you know, we should all be here for each other. Come what may, we should all be looking. We are only as good as the next person's success. So we should all be working together to all reach the top of the mountain and leaving no one at the bottom.
I love that, Paulette. You know, I was watching a bike race yesterday. You know, when they race around the track. I don't know what it's called. I think it's Team Pursuit is called. I think that's what it's called, right? And there's normally 4 riders in each team. And then it goes down to 3. And ultimately, the time for the team is the time for the last rider, the slowest rider in the team. I think that's genius, right? So it leads me to say the words that I love the most: each one, reach one, teach one. We can help those behind us, not because we are time wasters, not because we feel sorry for them. Look, when I talk about these things that we talk about in my rooms, a topic like today, for example, it's about me learning more about the topic, me learning more about what the video says, what the books say, and mixing that with what happens in your realities. I'm always willing to learn, and I think we're often willing to teach others behind us as well. No, thank you so much, Paulette. You're a star. You're a star. Look, do connect with Paulette, of course, and check out her books, her Jack and Water books. Bye, Paulette. Coach, I'm giving you the last word, my friend.
Yeah. Again, you guys said it already. There is always someone with the reservoir of energy you need. I find Annie to be such powerful reservoir of energy. Everything you're trying to achieve, especially in terms of energy or success or mindset, someone has it already. Physical results are easy to look for, but mindset results are difficult. So I'm on the lookout for mindset. So I have mindset labels, like for Michelle. She's super positive. So anytime I am thinking I need positivity, she just comes to mind. Paulette has kindness energy, and it has positivity energy. There's always someone who has the mindset you're trying to achieve. Switch on your dial and reach out to them. The lady who spoke, the crown, I've forgotten, sorry.
My name is Bridget.
Yes, Bridget O'Michaels. Already I'm excited at our possibilities. Look out. The idea that you can look at your mistakes and look at them in the eye, the courage to make mistakes. It's a big field in creativity. I once was in charge of a creative team, so the courage to make mistakes is number one reason why people cannot be creative, for example. So if I have something in my life that I'm trying to be creative about, I'll just go to Bridget's wall or watch a video where she's speaking. She programs that energy. William is someone who doesn't know the next step. I met him for the first time today. He was from the bush, had an idea. He didn't know the next step. For me, when I don't know the next step, he's the kind of guy I'll probably go and listen to this recording. He was in the bush and say, errand boy. And there are many lessons in that one. That means we are all errand boys. We may not know the next level. What I'm saying is there's someone around you. Lois is my intelligent empath. Anytime she speaks, you hear empathy and intelligence in one person, which is really rare. So everyone has an energy reservoir on the positive energy scale. So for your mindset, you need such inspirers or such sparks. Just go listen to them, just interact with them, and they infuse you with that energy. That also says to all of us that what is your energy profile? What is your mindset energy profile? What energy do you inspire? If I were to speak to you for 10 seconds, or 3 seconds, or 2 seconds, what do I live with? Do I live grudgy, tired, unhappy? Or do I live with positivity? Or I live with, I don't need to know the next step? There's a mental program, there's a programming, there's a mindset programming you drop on people by the way you've programmed yourself. You are an inductor, you're a conductor. So the point is in community, find the go-to person that gives you that energy and reach out to them and listen to them and connect for that energy. Connect for that energy, nothing else. So I call that energy specific mentoring. So that's my last point. Thanks so much for that.
Thank you. You're a star, Coach. Of course you are. Look, I would never not make the point. And when you talk, when you talk about your energy, other people's energy, it has to be 100%, maybe 100 to 110%. People, we easily underestimate the power of self-doubt to ruin everything, to cause anxiety, to cause failure, disaster, right? If we could leave here and truly believe and just believe, go for it, right? Now, yes, if you get negative thoughts in your mind, work it out. What's the question I'm really trying to ask myself? Answer it, move on in belief, right? What we don't want to do is have that 1% of doubt in your mind. Can I really do this? William doesn't ask himself, will this conference really happen? What if there's no venue? What if no one turns up? There's no place for that 1% of doubt. There really isn't. Go all out, go 100% on the attitude thing. You love everything you do. You love what you're trying to do. So it's bound to work. That's the energy you want to give people who come around, as Coach just mentioned. 100% true belief, true joy, true happiness, and that's what brings the results we want. Coach, thank you so much. Bridget, I wonder if you want to leave us with your last words for today that we can learn from.
Thank you so much, every single one of you. It was a pleasure hearing you speak, Coach David Adeoye. I'd love to meet you anyway. But for everyone that has been here, I want to encourage every single one of you. Never stop doing the good work that you're doing out there, regardless if someone tells you a thank you or not. Because what is your purpose? I was reading a quote by Rumi yesterday. And the end of the quote, it was talking about your purpose, right? And at the end of the quote, it was saying that it's if you don't find your purpose, it's like taking a very expensive Indian sword and using it to cut rotten meat. Oh my goodness. When I read that quote yesterday, I was blown away. I'm like, okay, it's imperative that every one of us find our crowns here on earth. And these crowns were the ones that were given to you at birth. And so it's different from every one of us. But at the end of the day, your purpose ties to one thing, which is to create an impact in this world with you in it. So my last word, go find your crown and polish it. If there is any of the jewels that has fallen down or is missing, find it, stick it back on, and I'm giving you a pat on the back, supporting you and cheering you on all through the way. Blessings.
Thank you so much.
I love that. I love that.
Beautifully said. I don't say things as beautifully as that, but Bridget, that is truly. Look, please put the link for your book in the comments. If not, send it to me. I'll put it in the comment section afterwards. Yes, and I want people, my friends, to start knowing who you are in a big way. But thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And hopefully, you will come back in 2 weeks' time. We'll talk about another topic. So meanwhile, after the event, go to the event page and connect with people who resonate with you. Thank you everyone who spent their time with us, Coach K, Henry, many more, Lisa, and many more people. So thank you so much. Let's carry on shining. Once you shined your crown, my friend, put it in your head and shine even more, right? Look at that. Jesus, she's that star. Thank you so much, everyone. Look, enjoy your evening, enjoy the rest of your week. So bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. She's success with global.media.com and celebrate it with champagne or rum. She's success with global.media.